Hello, and welcome to another update video on Bitcoin. So here we are on the daily chart, and just wanted to highlight again that the bullish perspective has not changed on Bitcoin. So there are still two pathways that Bitcoin can use to move to new all-time highs, basically. I've identified two pathways here. The first one being that this pullback, could be a wave 4. Which should finish in this region. And if we then see a rally to all-time highs in 5 waves, or at least the start of a 5-wave sequence, that could be the beginning of this 5th wave to the upside, which could take us to 130k plus. But we need a 5-wave move up from the recent lows. So far, what we have seen is, okay, a promising candle, a break above this price channel, but not yet a 5-wave move up and no break above Fibonacci resistance. But we can call that a potential start of a rally, but we need a break above resistance to confirm that further. And please note that if we now see a rally, a larger rally, and it remains corrective in nature, this could lead to a larger pullback, as shown here. But then there is still a pathway for higher prices from down here, potentially around 96 to 90k for another rally. Okay. Bottom line is we have an upper support area here between 101,569 and $106,510. From here, another rally is possible in a 5th wave. If we form a larger correction, then there is still one more way of rallying to new all-time highs in a wave 2, or from a wave 2 base, which is a corrective pullback, just a little larger, and then it could set the stage for a 3rd wave. These are the two bullish pathways which I still see, which is why I cannot confirm a bear market. I know a lot of people have called already for a bear market to unfold. All I can say is that we have a major top wave count in place, right? Don't misunderstand this. This means a wave structure from the 2022 low can be considered complete. We haven't had that in this cycle before, not to this wave degree. In other words, it means that I can say this would be a wave 1, this is a wave 2, this is a wave 3, this is a wave 4, this is a wave 5, and it can even be counted complete into the smallest level of detail, which means we have a very full wave count, but that does not guarantee a downside reversal, or it does not guarantee that a major top is in. Statistically speaking, September is usually bad. From a Bitcoin performance point of view, I think it's the worst month in Bitcoin's history. But October normally is quite positive, right? October, November, December are typically a fairly positive, or that's typically a fairly positive quarter. Actually, the best quarter, okay, in average. That doesn't mean it has to be the same this year, right? It's like historical, data in average. That's the case. So if we see maybe a bit more of a correction this month, then potentially towards next month, we could see a larger recovery. That's just kind of the timing perspective based on historical data and averages. But from an Elliott Wave point of view, I can assure you there are still pathways for higher prices, but I haven't seen any evidence from recent lows that we've started the next bounce. So that means when we see a break above initial resistance, then we first have to check if it's just a B wave bounce. That could be wave B of this larger correction here. And then I would pay attention to this resistance area. Now the first resistance area, we'll take a look at that again on the smaller time frame in a minute, is between 109.6 to 112.1k. Once this is broken, the focus will shift to this one, 115 to 120k roughly. There is a lot of liquidity also in this area. Lots of previous, lots of orders. Yeah, lots of limit orders in the book. Lots of liquidity to grab. We can see that on heat maps. In addition to that, if we add the VRVP volume profile indicator, the point of control is here, around $118,200. And that's an additional, let's say, key metric to watch it means this is where the price could slow down. Same fashion that I mentioned to you guys on the way down. You might remember that from previous videos. On the way down, the root or the space where things will likely slow down here on the downside, that's where we have these spikes, right? These spikes around here. Previous swing lows around 107,500 and 105,200. This is where things start to slow down, which is the case. It's just that we had an area here, and then the price moves very quickly through these areas, which means, on the other hand, once we have a break above initial Fibonacci resistance, we could move up quite quickly again, right? So I hope that's clear. Don't want any surprises if we suddenly move higher quickly, because that will likely happen if we clear initial Fibonacci resistance. It's like our micro resistance area we're tracking on the smaller time frame. It's keeping the price down at the moment, but once we can break free here, it can move quite quickly. Now, here on the smaller time frame, we see a Fibonacci micro resistance area between $111,120 and $112,170. We're holding below it, but without any topping signal. Honestly, this looks rather like I haven't got a top. Okay, we don't have a top. It looks more like sideways consolidation here at the moment. And again, the next resistance is clear. Then there is the green line, which is a signal line. It's the invalidation point for, let's say, a 1-2 pattern to the downside. So it's possible this A wave I showed you, or even wave 4, bottomed already, but I haven't got any strong evidence because we have no break above resistance. What makes it, however, noteworthy is that we have a break above the trend channel's upper boundary line. So maybe we come down to retest it once more, then go higher. This is what I would watch for today. At the same time, should we get a break below $109,209, that would be an indication wave 2 in orange has topped. That would then be further confirmed with a break below 107,300. These are the key patterns I'm watching, or key metrics I'm watching, key levels rather. I'm watching. You see we're kind of squeezed between support and resistance right now, waiting for the market to show its hand, but that should give you clarity about the levels. Also what we can expect if we go higher more directly. That's the update on Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, I invite you to join us on X for further updates, news, and so on. You can find a lot of additional information here. The link is in the description and in the comment section. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.